First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up my, if you have a wok, fantastic, or just a really big skillet also works. And I'm going to do a couple tablespoons of canola oil in here. And there's a really important method when it comes to doing stir fries that you need to follow in order to make it taste really good at home. Sometimes we've done that stir fry at home and it just doesn't cut it. It's not like the Chinese food that you get at a restaurant. So there are definitely some tips and tricks to doing this the right way. One is a skillet or a wok. Make sure it's smoking hot and that oil is preheated. And then I've got some very thinly sliced strips of steak, sirloin, New York strip steak, whatever you have. Doesn't have to be the real expensive stuff. And this is the sound you want to hear when you add that steak to the skillet. And I've got about a pound of thinly sliced steak. And you see how I'm not overcrowding the pan? I want to get some color, which means flavor, on that beef. So basically, one of the secrets to doing a good stir fry is to do it in batches. And if you ever take a look at, sometimes they'll have open kitchens at Chinese restaurants, or you'll see at those more quick fix Chinese restaurants that there's a lot going on, a lot of movement going on, a lot of changing of pans, and that's what makes it so good. All right, so I'm going to let that hang out there and do its thing. And I am going to drop some noodles. This is a lo mein, so we're going to, lo mein, means that there's noodles in the dish. So you can use, a couple different types of noodles. You could use a linguine, you could use a spaghetti, which you normally have on hand, or it's really fun to kind of explore the different Asian noodles there are out there. And we pick these up right at Festival. There's a whole big aisle now of different fun ethnic foods. So we're going to actually use some Chinese noodles. Talk about a quick fix. 3 minutes. And they're just fun and a different type of noodle. Not expensive, but if you don't have these on hand or you don't feel like buying these, spaghetti or linguine would work fine too. So I'm going to just drop this into some boiling salted water. 3 minutes, and this is done. So this cooks even quicker than, spaghetti or linguine would. All right, now I'm going to get to work on a real quick, easy stir-fry sauce. They have stir-fry sauces already for you, already made in that, ethnic aisle of the grocery store. But it's real easy and cheap to make your own stir-fry sauces at home. So that's like one more thing that you don't have to run to get at the grocery store. And I'm going to start out with some soy sauce. About 1/4 cup. Just going to kind of eyeball it. And you could use the low sodium if you wanted. 1/4 cup of dry white wine. Doesn't have to be the real fancy stuff. Tablespoon of sugar. So we kind of got the sweet and the salty thing with the soy sauce. Tablespoon of cornstarch. And I'm going to whisk that together. And that's our stir-fry sauce. And that cornstarch will just thicken things up a little bit. So that's, quick and easy. We have most of that already on hand. You've got sugar, you've got soy sauce, I'm sure. Maybe you've got a little bottle of wine laying around, or you can just pick up those little mini bottles of wine. Okay, our beef is looking great. Now I'm going to get it moving around. Just for another minute or so. And I'm going to get to work on, it's a beef and broccoli stir fry, so I've got some broccoli florets that I'm just going to chop up here. About 4 cups, but again, who's measuring? It's a great way to, broccoli is one of those things I think people kind of turn their nose up at. Oh, broccoli, but when you stir fry broccoli, you don't overcook it. It's really, really good, real tasty. Okay, so I'm going to get this beef out of my skillet here, and we'll get back to that in just a minute. Now I'm going to add some more oil to the pan, and I'm going to stir fry my broccoli. I want to get that hot, so I don't want to add the broccoli just yet. I'm going to check on those noodles. I think we're ready to drain those. We are. Don't want to overcook those Chinese noodles. 3 minutes, really quick and easy. And nobody likes mushy noodles, right? So I just want to drain those quick. Let them hang out there for a minute. And this is nice and hot, just the way we like it. In goes our broccoli now. Get that moving around. And I'm going to add some fresh garlic, just for some great flavor. A little bit more oil. I told you this was quick and easy. Once you get the method down to stir fry, you just become a pro at it. It's just kind of, you know, second nature. One of the things I like to use leftovers in stir fry, but not cooked leftover vegetables. So it's one of those things that where I'm, you know, kind of looking in my produce drawer and I've got half of a red pepper, a little bit of broccoli or some zucchini, onion, celery. That's a great way to kind of use up the end of the week's produce is in a stir fry. But I don't like to use pre-cooked vegetables in a stir fry because they're cooked already, and that's going to mean you're going to have a mushy stir fry. So, all right, once I added that fresh garlic, you know the drill. Get it moving, moving, moving. I don't want to burn it. Oh, smells amazing. Now we're going to add some chicken stock, about a cup of chicken stock. And what this is going to do is going to now steam this broccoli. So we got a little flavor on it. And now we added our chicken stock. And now we just want to steam it for a little bit just to cook it all the way through. One fun thing I like to do on top of my stir fries is some sort of a fun topping. And in this case, we're going to toast up some sesame seeds. And I've just got some sesame seeds that we picked up, which you find right near the spice section of the grocery store. I'm just going to toast them in a dry skillet. And we're just basically waiting for them to get a little color, and then it's done, just like you toast nuts. Don't need oil or anything on there. The key is that you need to watch it. Because we don't want burnt sesame seeds. We want to nice and toasted. So, Anne, remind me to keep an eye on that, will you? Yep. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add my broccoli. It's starting to steam. I don't want to overcook it. I'm going to add my beef and any juices that accumulated on the plate back into the wok. And I'm going to add this wonderful mixture with the cornstarch, the syrup, the wine, and this soy sauce. And once this gets to a boil, it's going to thicken just a little bit. It's not a real thick sauce, but it's going to then coat the beef, coat the broccoli, and coat the noodles. See how quick this is? We're just about there. Okay, now in go our noodles to make our lo mein. And these are just so fun. Probably don't need all of them. We just want to get those coated with that sauce. And the nice thing about this dish, it's all in here. We don't need anything else with this. Got the noodles, we got the beef, got our broccoli. If you notice it's getting a little thick on you, you can add a little more stock, maybe a little more soy sauce. But seriously, we did this in like 10 minutes. And to make it really easy, you can pick up stir-fry vegetables, already cut up fresh vegetables for you in the produce department at Festival. Same goes for the beef, the chicken that's already pre-sliced for you. The same recipe that we did with steak, you could do with chicken or shrimp. It's all going to work great. Now here's one of my little tips and tricks. Right before we go to serve it, if you really want to get a great Asian flavor to a lot of your stir-fries, picked up a bottle of sesame oil. And this is one of those secret ingredients that a lot of restaurants will just kind of add at the end of a dish. A little dab will do you for this, and if you just open it and smell it, wow, it smells just amazing. One of these jars, or bottles I should say, maybe about $4 or $5, but it's going to last you for quite a while. And like I say, it's kind of that way to finish a dish and really give it some great Asian flavor. It's got a great nutty flavor. About a teaspoon will do you. Smell that, Ann. How good does that smell? Just yummy. Okay, our beef and broccoli stir fry is done. I don't want to overcook anything, so I'm going to get that all right there. You could certainly throw some more veggies in here. Red pepper would be pretty, but we wanted to keep it pretty simple and pretty true to the dish with just the beef and broccoli. And then we can garnish it with a little bit of those toasted sesame seeds on top, just for that little bit of added crunch. And wow, is this good. You can do stir fry, you can. Just follow my tips and tricks. Do things in batches, that's really the key. Make sure you've got a really hot pan and don't overcook your veggies. That is also key. Nobody likes mushy veggies in a stir fry. Try adding noodles to your next stir fry dish and all of a sudden you'll create a lo mein and it really makes a great filler and then you've got the whole meal right there. Recipe for this is on our website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.